Thanks for looking in on the 2026 MLB Teams release for the Grail system. Usually, I like to get to the point, no overhype or clickbait or whatever, but for just a few seconds, let me say this is my first on-camera video. I put up a bunch of voiceover videos that got almost 0 views, so this is a test for a few days to see if this style generates more views or not. Now, to the teams, and the plan for the season, and some voiceover mode. I have 10 teams set to go this year, 5 in each league. So with 10 teams, the goal will be to win 30 units. I'll explain how I arrived at that number shortly. But here they are. In the American League, it's the Toronto Blue Jays, New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox, Detroit Tigers, and Seattle Mariners. In the National League, it's the Philadelphia Phillies, New York Mets, Atlanta Braves, Chicago Cubs, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yep, you're looking at most of the playoff teams right there. They should all be very good this year. I was a little wary of the Yankees, but they seem to be finishing up the preseason healthy, so I'm just going to lean on the bats a little, especially since April can be runs aplenty before the pitchers really round into form. The rest of the other teams look solid in their strengths, some more solid than others for sure. But now that we have the teams, let's go over the Grail system and how we plan to bet these teams to get that 30 units. And to do so, I'm eventually going to use one of those 0 view videos. Now, if you haven't seen a video that explains the Grail system, I simply look to win one more game than I lose in each of 3 separate groups. One group is all games. A second is only home games. And the third is only road games. This year, no teams face each other in the first weekend of series, or serieses, as my brother and I said as kids. So it'll be 10 plays to win 2 units each, since Game 1 will be Game 1 overall, and also Game 1 of either the home or away group. I'll look to play each team either as a moneyline favorite or by taking a 1.5 and laying a price with a moneyline underdog. Then, if that first one is a win, that's 2 units in, and 1 to go. For example, were the Yankees to win at San Francisco, that would be the overall group and the road group. And it would be just wait until they play at home to try for that 3rd unit, the home group. When a game loses, well, here's what to do, straight from that 0 view video I mentioned. But, you say, what if they lose? Then what? This is where the charts come in. Here's what it looks like when teams go 1-0. I keep track in Word docs. The green color is optional, but it's fun. And you can see how it would be a win for the road games only, too. And here's what to do when they don't win. Once a team goes 0-1, the plan to get ahead a unit is to get the team to go 2-1. Win 1 more than they lose, or hopefully 3-2. Sometimes it can take a while. So at first, at 0-1 and down 1.4 units, you'll want to try to win 2.4 units to get 1 unit ahead. But not all at once. Believe me, that's not a good plan. You'll want to bet to win 1.2 units on the next game, and if it wins, another 1.2 on the 3rd game. This way, they'll be 2-1, they'll have 1 more win than loss, and you'll be up 1 unit. Here's what it looks like on the chart. You can see in the odds column, where I also list the amount I bet to win the 1.2 units, that would go as a minus in the money column if they lose. I don't use the minus sign actually in my charts because everything is either a minus or it's plus 1.0. Now, if they should go 0-2, then you'll need to add up how far you are behind after the 2nd game. It won't be that much. And then add 1 more unit. Don't forget your profit. That's the one you want to be ahead once your team has 1 more win than they have losses. So, you divide that total amount by 3 games. Here's a chart that looks like that. This is how it looks if they win 3 straight. Always nice. But again, you can see how it adds up. Lose the 1.6 on Game 1, then bet 2.86 to win 1.3, which is half of your 2.6 goal at that point. But when it loses, down a total of 4.46 units. However, you just bet to win 1.82 three times, and you are up to 1.0 in a blink, so to speak. This is how it looks if a team has a mixed start, but finally gets one over at 5 and 4. See how the amount you need to win only goes up after a loss? And it doesn't go up that much when you spread the loss out over a couple or 3 games. And this was the Dodgers. You could see them dropping 2 out of 3 at Philly, but you'd think you'd at least even it out against the Nats. But that's how it goes. It's harder to predict any given game, but easier to predict that the Dodgers will get hot sooner or later. Probably sooner. As you can see, the first few days will be the most dramatic. I'd love a 7 and 3 start, feeling at 14 like I'm almost halfway there after just a couple days, but 6 and 4 would make me happy. There's the info. Now, it's all about waiting for the games. Keep watching and keep winning.